Yes. Hello, guys. How are you? Welcome back to my episode at the Mr. EVIOMATIC Podcast. Today, we are going to talk about the new YPP requirements that YouTube has just recently changed and what you need to know about the new YouTube requirements for joining the YPP. And today, I'm going to be taking you through as a YouTuber or any aspiring YouTuber or content creator, musician, podcaster, filmmaker, educator, or even somebody who is just thinking about a YouTube channel. Today I need you to listen carefully because YouTube is changing the game. And by February 2027, the requirements surrounding joining the YouTube Partner Program are changing. And trust me, some creators are going to hear this news and immediately panic. Others are going to say YouTube is finished. YouTube doesn't want small creators anymore. They are killing monetization. But hold on. Before we start screaming at YouTube, let's actually understand what's going on because there is a big difference between YouTube making it harder to the entire partner program and YouTube removing monetization from everybody. Those are not the same thing. So today, we are going to break this whole thing down. What's changing? Who is affected? What happens to existing creators? What about the 500 subscriber YPP pathway? What happens to watch hours? What about shorts? And mostly, what should you be doing right now if you want to monetize your channel? Let's go. First of all, what is exactly YPP? YPP stands for YouTube Partner Program. This is basically the system that allows eligible creators to earn money through YouTube monetization features. We are talking about things like advertising revenue, fan funding features, memberships, super thanks, super chat, and other monetization tools depending on your eligibility and country. So when somebody says my channel got monetized, they usually talking about being accepted into the YPP. But here is something beginners don't understand. Getting subscribers alone doesn't automatically make you a YouTube partner. Getting views alone doesn't automatically make you a YouTube partner. And also, watch hours don't automatically mean YouTube has to approve you. And you have to meet the requirements, and your channel still has to pass the YouTube's review. That is extremely important because somebody can't hit the numbers and still get rejected. So before even these new updates are coming up, we had our old way. For the traditional full YPP advertising pathway, creators have generally been working towards 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 valid public watch hours within the previous 12 months. Or the applicable shorts route. For a small creator, 4,000 hours already sounds crazy. Let's put that into perspective. 4,000 hours is 240,000 minutes. That's a lot of people watching your content. But creators have figured out how to reach it. Some people upload tutorials, some people upload podcasts, documentaries, entertainment, gaming videos, or make educational content. Some get one viral video and suddenly boom, 4,000 hours. So what changes in 2027? Now here is where the things become interesting. Starting February 1st, 2027, YouTube is changing the threshold for new creators seeking the full YPP advertising pathway. The long form watch hour requirement is increasingly from 4,000 hours to 8,000 hours. Yes, 8,000. Basically double. It was just doubled. And the shorts threshold is also increasing from 10 million qualified short views to 20 million qualified shorts views for the relevant full monetization pathway. So if you are thinking, let me get the 4,000 hours and I'm done, you need to pay attention to the timing. So does every creator now need 8,000 hours? This is where people are getting confused. No, don't misunderstand the announcement. This isn't it. Everybody on YouTube must now have 8,000 hours. The important point is that the entry requirement, this is just only for the new entrants. Like it's a requirement for those new creators who are just entering the YPP. the existing YPP creators aren't really simply being thrown out because they don't have 8,000 hours. So if somebody is already monetized, don't wake up tomorrow morning thinking, oh my god, I only have 5,000 hours. YouTube is going to demonetize me. That's not what this announcement means. The change is primarily about the threshold for the new creators entering the program. So what about the 500 subscriber YouTube partner program? Now let's talk about something else that gets people confused. YouTube has expanded. It has an expanded version of the YPP. In eligible countries, creators can qualify for some monetization features, like only with 500 features in some countries, but plus additional requirements around uploads and watch time or short views. But here's the important distinction. The lower level isn't exactly the same thing as unlocking every advertising revenue features available to a fully monetized channel. You need to understand that YPP tier you are qualifying for, so don't just hear 500 subscribers that you'll be monetized automatically and you're assuming that you'll get all the monetization features. Read the actual eligibility requirement to know how it works. So why would YouTube do this? Now let's ask us a big question. Why would YouTube make monetization harder? And this is where I want to give my opinion. The internet has changed. YouTube isn't the same platform it was 10 years ago. Back then, uploading a video was already an effort. And today, AI can generate scripts, generate voices, AI can generate images, music, video. You can technically build an entire channel without showing your face. That sounds amazing, but it also creates problems because now YouTube has to deal with massive amounts of low effort content. Thousands of channels can produce almost identical videos. Same script, same AI voice, same stock footage, thumbnails, information, they all upload. And suddenly YouTube has a million pieces of content that doesn't really add much original value. So the platform usually naturally starts looking for ways to separate from real creators and content factories. Now that is something creators need to understand. Another one, numbers are not everything. Here's the mistake I see creators making. They think YouTube is just mathematics. They think I need 1,000 subscribers. They think I need 4,000 hours, 8,000 hours and 10 million short views. But YouTube isn't only looking at numbers. It is looking for content that really matters. The channel that matters. Originality, which matters. Your contribution that matters. Your production process also matters. And your compliance with YouTube policies also matters. You can have the numbers and still fail the review. That's why creators need to stop thinking, how can I hit this requirement? And start thinking, how can I build a channel that deserves to be monetized? That's a completely different mindset. So, watch hours versus the real audience. Let's talk about watch hours. Some creators obsess over watch hours, but watch hours aren't the real goal. The real goal is audience attention or retention. Because imagine you upload 1 hour video, you get 10,000 views, but everybody leaves after 30 seconds. That's not a healthy channel. Now imagine another creator that uploads a 25 minutes video, they get 5,000 views, but people watch it 12 minutes on average. That creator has something valuable because people are actually staying. YouTube wants viewers to continue watching, so don't create a 60-minute video just because you want watch hours. Create a 60-minute video because you have 60 minutes of valuable things to say. That's the difference. So what about the shorts? Let's talk about shorts. Shorts are powerful, I'm not going to lie. A short can explode overnight. You can have 10,000 views, then 10k, then 100k, then suddenly 1 million. And you're just looking at your analytics like, what just happened? But there's a problem. Shorts value don't always become long form viewers. They can have 10,000 short subscribers and then upload a 20-minute video and just get 400 views. That happens. So shorts are great for discovery, but they don't build your entire creator business on viral shorts unless they genuinely, that is your strategy. Use shorts to bring people into your world, then give them something deeper in long form videos. Excuse me. What should small creators do? Now let's get practical. Don't panic. If you're listening to this and you are a small creator, just like me, you don't have to panic. You still have time. And the answer isn't uploading 20 videos every day. The answer is build a system. Pick a niche. Understand your audience. Create useful content. Improve your thumbnails. Improve your titles, your storytelling, your audio, your editing, and importantly, make content people actually want to watch. So, podcasts are actually powerful, just like this. And this is one reason I'm personally interested in long form videos. Okay? This is the one important reason why I'm interested in long form content. Podcasts can generate serious watch time. But again, not because they are long, but because people can spend more time with you. Imagine you make a 45-minute podcast. Somebody watches 20 minutes. That's already meaningful watch time. Now imagine 1,000 people do that. That is 200 minutes. That is almost 333 hours from one episode. That's why long form can become powerful when the content is actually engaging. So my strategy going forward. Personally, I think creators should stop chasing every trend. Today it's movies, tomorrow it's AI, next week it's shorts, then music, then reaction, gaming, podcasts, or something else. That's how channels become confusing. The audience doesn't know what exactly that this person do. You need an identity. For example, if your channel is about technology, teach technology, review technology, explain technology, talk about computer problems, show repairs, talk about online scams, talk about AI, talk about software, talk about cybersecurity, talk about your journey building a technology business. Now you have a universe. That's better than randomly uploading whatever it is trending. So the reused content problem. Now let's talk about something that many creators don't want to hear. Reused content. If your channel is heavily dependent on somebody else's material, you need to understand that simply changing the title, adding a voiceover, putting subtitles, cropping footage, and making minor edits doesn't automatically make the content sufficiently original or for monetization. So you need meaningful transformation. You need your own contribution, your own commentary, analysis, storytelling, education values, and creative decision. And then, copyright and monetization policies are separate questions. That is something creators need to learn. Copyright permissions and YPP monetization are not the same thing. Okay? AI creators, pay attention here. AI is the new normal, and this is one of the especially important thing to know. AI isn't automatically the enemy, but AI doesn't magically make low effort content valuable. Okay? If you're using AI to promote your brainstorm, fine. If you're using AI to help edit, fine. If you're using AI as a creative tool, it is fine. But if your entire channel becomes AI script, AI voice, AI images, AI video, AI music, you upload 50 times a day, you need to ask yourself, what am I actually contributing? Because the future isn't going to belong to people who can press the AI button the fastest. It will belong to people who can use AI better. That is the difference. So, February 2027 is a warning, not a death sentence. If you're watching this before February 2027, you still have time. Don't panic. Don't start spamming videos. Don't buy fake subscribers. Don't buy watch hours. Don't join some Telegram group promising guaranteed 4,000 watch hours. Run seriously. So, those shortcuts can destroy your channel. Instead, build genuine viewers, because a real viewer can watch 10 videos. A fake viewer watches one and then disappears. YouTube can see the patterns. So let's do the math. Let's say your average viewer watches 10 minutes to generate 8,000 hours. So 8,000 times 60 equals to 480,000 minutes. If your average viewer watches 10 minutes, you need roughly 4,080 views. So 48,000 views. At the average, Watch duration, now look at that. 48,000 genuine views don't sound impossible. It's difficult, but it is possible. If your average watch duration becomes 15 minutes, you need fewer viewers. That's why retention matters, not just views. So the new creator mindset. Here is the mindset I want creators to adopt. Don't ask, how do I get monetized? Ask, how do I build something people don't want to leave? Don't just ask, how do I get 1,000 subscribers? Ask, why would somebody subscribe to me? Don't ask, how do I get 8,000 hours? Ask, what can I create that makes somebody watch for 20 minutes? That's how you build a real channel. My take on YouTube's decision. Now, personally, do I think doubling the requirement is good? Honestly, I have mixed feelings. For serious creators, it could be frustrating, especially somebody who has a small channel and is already working hard. But from YouTube's perspective, they also have to protect the community of the quality of the platform. If everybody can mass produce content and immediately get monetized, the ecosystem becomes flooded. And advertisers don't want their money supporting junk. So viewers don't want endless repetitive content, and creators who actually work hard they don't want to compete against automated content. Okay? But also, I also think YouTube has to be careful because today's small creators could be tomorrow's superstar. So every big creator started small. So the platform needs to make the door harder to abuse the platform needs to make the door harder to abuse without making the door impossible to open. You understand? What am I going to do meanwhile? For me, the lesson is simple. I'm not interested in chasing shortcuts. I want to build technology, education, podcasting, original commentary, gaming, creative projects, real experience, real conversation, and content that actually comes from me. Because monetization is not the finish line, it's just one part of the business. The real asset is your audience. If YouTube disappeared tomorrow, could you still create? Could people still find you? Could you still provide value? Could you still bring something? That is the real question. My final message to all creators: if you are a small creator watching this, don't quit. Seriously, don't let a number scare you. 8,000 hours sounds huge. 20 million shorts views sounds insane. But every successful channel was once sitting at 0 subscribers, 0 views, 0 watch hours. Somebody had to upload the first video. Somebody had to first get the first comment. Somebody had to get the first subscriber. And sometimes had to keep going when nobody was watching. That's the game. That's the rules. Okay? The algorithm changes, the thumbnails changes, technology changes, but one thing never changes. You still have to create something people care about. So don't chase YouTube, build something worth following. And that's where we are going to end today's episode of Mr. EVIOMATIC Podcast. If the conversation helped you understand the upcoming YouTube partner program changes, share this episode with another creator, because somebody out there is probably sitting at home thinking, wait, 8,000 hours, what am I supposed to do? Now at least they know what they are dealing with. Drop your thoughts in the comment. Do you think YouTube is making monetization too difficult, or do you think higher requirements will help remove low-effort content creators from the platform? I want to hear your opinion. And remember, don't build just for monetization. Build something valuable, build something original, build something that can survive the algorithm. And most importantly, keep creating. This is Mr. EVIOMATIC Podcast. I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.